We've got to move on. We're going to the Mail now. And Leo, maybe don't let children make life-changing decisions.
Ooh.
Yeah, so a mother has admitted regretting letting her 4-year-old son socially transition to a girl and said realising her mistake was like leaving a cult. So it's obviously a very progressive household. She wishes to stay anonymous, but she raised her 2 sons as gender-neutral with her wife, which was reflected in their clothes, toys and language. And she's at the time she's a social justice organiser and facilitator, and was into all the sort of pronoun and gender woo-woo.
Yeah.
And this people are saying this, I think this is going to be
a good word, isn't it?
Well, it's become a new religion with beliefs that can't be challenged, and it's even got its own genital mutilation where you sterilise your child through
this is grim.
surgery.
We should say that this was in an interview on trigonometry. That's our friends Constantine Kearse and Francis Foster, who did this interview with this woman, and I believe she was blurred out to protect the identity. But this is kind of interesting, isn't it? We've had a lot of people, detransitioners, people who've gone through the transition process, talked about how this happened when they were very young and that they were misled and now they're regretting it. Some are suing the NHS. I've interviewed a couple of these people on my show. More and more of these people are coming out now, and a lot of the time, parents are doing things like this. Susie Green, the CEO of Mermaids, who took her son to Thailand to have genital...
against the father's wishes.
Right. So, a lot of people, if they're going to have to admit the gravity of this, aren't they, in order to row it back. And it's hard.
You have to acknowledge the courage of this lady, and it's a human interest story, and my heart bleeds for her. She's clearly, with the very best will in the world, with the very best of intentions, however delusional, however wrong she might have been, however wrong-headed, she did what she thought was her very best for her children, and then has seen the results and regretted it.
I think people misunderstand that, don't they? They don't realise that a lot of the time this can be done from really good intentions. When you have experts, so-called experts, saying basically if your baby plays with dolls, then he's probably a girl, then of course you're going to go along with that. And by the way, they say things like, if you don't transition your child, they're going to kill themselves. It's that kind of thing.
This is the tragedy of the debate, is that both sides, both polar opposite sides of the argument, are actually on the sides of the angels, or believe themselves to be.
The greatest evil is done with good intentions, but the people are saying the trans rights activists say there's greater awareness of gender dysphoria. So of course there's this huge increase, thousands of % increase in children transitioning. But other people are saying it's sort of propaganda. We've got this message being pumped into kids that being transgender or queer is good, and being cisgender or straight is inherently bad. It's it's part of the whole critical race
theory. It's
more
boring, and I think that's something that children do.
Exactly. Exactly. So they've just made it. In the old days, you got bullied if you were those things, and now you get bullied if you're not those things.
If you look at the range of sort of new pride flags for various sexualities, the straight sexual flag is just like, I think it's grey. So I think that's sort of